Now here's a question for the ages. Has Gavin Reads It All read the top 100 books according to the scratch poster? Now philosophers ever since medieval Britain has been pondering this exact question for hundreds upon hundreds of years. So I think today it's about time that we shut down the rumours, we shut down the gossip, and we focus on whether or not I have read the top 100 books. Again, according to this scratch poster that I got off Etsy. I did. So I'll leave a link to the shop down below if you want to get one yourself. And I'm actually very excited. This is just going to be a really random video. Hope you don't mind. I have a trusted 2p piece that I'm going to use to scratch things off. So let's get you a little bit closer up and let's see what the crack is. If you want to enjoy this video, please do give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. And let's start. Unfortunately, the very first book on this list is a series that I no longer want to be associated with because I cannot stand the author. But I have read the series and yeah, I read those when I was younger. And yeah, now I do not stand with J.K. Rowling. I stand with trans people. And if you do not, bye-bye. You are not welcome here. So let's just scratch that off to get it out of the way. Gone with the Wind by M. Mitchell. No, I have not read, but I have seen the movie. And I'm not 100% sure I actually like the movie. It came out the same year as The Wizard of Oz, fun fact. And I love The Wizard of Oz. I think The Wizard of Oz should have been the biggest box office hit that year, not Gone with the Wind. But I have not read it. Do I fancy reading it? It looks quite big. It does. It looks rather big and intimidating. I don't know if I do. 1984 by George Orwell. I've never read. I've actually never read 1984. How terrible is that? So I do think that we need to fix that at some point. And yeah, I don't know what the criteria is for this scratch poster. I don't think it's meant to be taken that seriously. But, oh, The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. I have read all of the books in that series. I did not like The Chronicles of Narnia. I do have a reading vlog for it. The only one I remotely liked was The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. This is just saying The Chronicles of Narnia. I'm imagining they mean The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. So we'll scratch it off. I mean, there is a wardrobe for the image. So I imagine whoever made this just didn't really want to put The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. Because I'm like, what do you mean The Chronicles of Narnia? Does that just mean the one book or the entire series? Can you scratch it off if you've only read one of the books? Like, come on, be more specific. Ulysses by James Joyce. I was supposed to read that at university like 10 years ago. I did not. But I did read sections. I read little vignettes from Ulysses. I did read Dubliners by James Joyce. I did read that one, but that one's a lot shorter. Ulysses, I have not. I'm half tempted to scratch off half of it. I'm half tempted to scratch off 1/8 of it because that's probably how much I actually read of it. But we'll leave it. Maybe one day I will actually read it. Sapiens by Y.N. Harari. Nope, never read it. Is that non-fiction? I don't read a whole lot of non-fiction, but I would be interested in reading some more. Faust by J.W. Goth. Nope, haven't read. But I would like to, because I know the story of Faust and like making is it the same thing? Faustian deals? Faust? Moist? Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I have read that one. I actually think that might be my favourite Charles Dickens. So yeah, I have read that one. I'll mark it off. I would love to reread it because it's been about 10 years since I read it. It's extremely satisfying doing that, I must say. I have never owned a scratch poster before and I'm having so much fun. Can you tell? But yeah, I would love to give that a reread at some point because it's been a while. And out of the Charles Dickens books that I have read, that is probably my favourite one so far. And I haven't read very many Charles Dickens. Anyway, The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Are you kidding me? Of course. I've read it multiple times. I freaking love The Lord of the Rings. Some of my favourite books and movies of all time. I also have a vlog of me going to a Shire house to read it, and it was a great time. Next is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Never read it. Never gonna read it, No, I probably will. I probably will read it at some point. I've heard things. I've heard rumblings about it. But no, I never read it. I never read it at school. They never made me read it at school. I don't know what we read instead. There was something that we read, I don't know. But it's most likely not on this bloody list. So out of the first 10, 4. We've got 4 read so far, actually. That's pretty impressive. The Little Prince by Saint Exupery. I have read, and I only read it a few months ago as well. Back in January, so 3 months ago I read it for the first time. I can mark that one off. That's such a cute image. The Little Prince, not too much to say about it, just that it was a cute little thing, and I enjoyed it. The Art of War by Sun Tzu. No, I have not read that one. Lord of the Flies by Golding. There's only author last names on this, and I'm not 100% sure of the first name. Is it William? It says W. Golding. Is it William? Wilfred? Wilhelmina Slater? Who doesn't get wet? Like, what does the W stand for? But no, I've never read Lord of the Flies. And I probably should, because that's another one, like To Kill a Mockingbird, that I feel like should be a priority. Haven't read it. Jane Eyre by C. Bronte. Now, what does the C stand for? I'm kidding. I know, it's Charlotte. I have read it. I have read Jane Eyre. And I really like it. It's another one that I would love to reread too. It has been a hot minute. All Quiet on the Western Front by E.M. Remarque. Nope, never read it. I don't know if I've heard of a film. Maybe it's based off of that. The Old Man in the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. No. That's what I've got to say about no. 100 Years of Solitude by G.G. Marquez. Nope, never read it. Don't really know anything about it. The Wind Up Bird Chronicle by Murakami. No, I haven't. Yeah, I do have a different book by Murakami upstairs. I can't remember what it's called though. So I've never read a Murakami book. Oh, Norwegian Wood. That's the one I have. But no, I would like to read my first Murakami at some point. Moby Dick by H. Melville. Oh my gosh, I'm literally going to be reading it soon. Because Emmy and Carolyn are doing a book club for it. And I believe it runs from January to April for Moby Dick. And it's now currently April. So I have this month to read it. I'm definitely going to read it this month. So I'll be able to mark that one off soon. But no, I haven't read it yet. And if Matilda can read it, so can I. Oh, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. No, I actually haven't. I do own it. I do, but haven't read it. Never seen the movie either. So I would like to give it a read. I've heard people either love it, and I've heard some people say it's overrated. The Alchemist by P. Cowlow. No, I don't think I have. I don't even know if I've heard of it. Lolita by V. Nabokov. No. This is probably where it's going to start getting really bad. Like, I probably read zilch after this. Divine Comedy by Dante. No. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. Yes, I did read that back in college, I think. Which was a while ago. I know I don't look at it. It was a while back. So finally, I've got another one. I'm trying to be very good with this. Honestly, I'm doing such a good job at scratching off. I might not be doing that good a job at actually reading these books, but to scratch them off, I'm flying. Oh, Memoirs of a Geisha by A. Golden. No, I haven't. I've never seen the film either, but I have actually had my eye on that one. I have. Just one eye. The left eye. The left eye has been looking at Memoirs of a Geisha over the years and has been thinking, should I read you? I don't own it, and I should prioritise the books I already own, but I would be tempted. Brave New World by A. Huxley. The writing is so small, by the way. No. Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. No. I don't even think I've read a Ray Bradbury book before. Is he the one who wrote Something Wicked This... No. Something Wicked This Becomes? No. Did he write... He wrote something. He wrote something, I'm sure I've got it upstairs. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Yes, of course I have. I've read every Jane Austen book. I love Jane Austen. So we're going to mark that one off. I wonder if that's the only Jane Austen book that's on this. It probably is. There's probably only one author per book. One author representation on this scratch off poster. Also, I've just put blue tack on the back of it as well. This isn't even my house. This is the landlord's. Hopefully they're okay with it. I've got freaking stuff all over the wall. Oh my god, I hope it doesn't leave any marks. Next is The Kite Runner by Kay Hassini. No, I haven't. I have not, and I've never seen the film either, but I've heard good things. Okay, now we're going down to the next one. How many have I done so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 out of like 30. Okay, we're doing terribly now. We're doing terribly. Collected Fiction by J.L. Bogus. No, I've never even heard of this person. Look, I don't know this man. He could be walking down the street and I wouldn't know a thing. Wuthering Heights by A. Bronte. No. No, and it's been on my TBR for years because I'm really excited to read it. I do have it upstairs. I keep wanting to do a Bronte Sisters reading vlog, and every time I'm about to do it, just something gets in the way, or I just run out of time. So no, I haven't read Wuthering Heights, but it's very high up on my list. Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare, yes. I have read quite a lot of William Shakespeare plays. Macbeth being my favourite. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? He's currently getting pegged. Austerlitz by W.J. Sebald. No, and I don't really know anything about that one. The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. No, I haven't read that one either. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. No, I haven't, but I do own it. And it is on my TBR. In fact, it might have been on one of my lists a couple of years ago of like books I need to prioritise. Did I prioritise it? No, I did not. Because I'm a liar. Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. Actually, yes, I have. I read that one at university. I mean, I had many books I had to read at university because I studied English literature and I did read most of them. But they were giving us like, I was doing 3 modules and they were giving me like 3 full-length novels to read a week. And now I could do that. Now I could do that because I don't have a life. But back then, I did have a little bit of a life. And I could not do 3 books in 1 week. So sometimes I would prioritise. Maybe Sparks notes it. But Virginia Woolf, Mrs. Dalloway, I did actually read. It wasn't actually that long, so let's do this one. Oh, that's a cool image. Oh, A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. Yes, and I would love to reread it as well. I mean, I know that any future Song of Ice and Fire books, it's going to be a long wait if we ever get them. But I really enjoyed the first 5 books. And Game of Thrones, the first ones. Okay, so they'll call that Game of Thrones, but they'll call Chronicles of Narnia all of them. So does this mean, because that doesn't say A Song of Ice and Fire, it just says A Game of Thrones, which is the first book. So, like, are we just picking and choosing the series that you have to read in order to scratch it off? Honestly. But I would love to reread this series potentially this year. I think that would be really cool. Oh, The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. No, I have not read that one, but I would love to. This is a really niche thing, but did anyone ever watch Brothers and Sisters on ABC? There was an episode called The Grapes of Wrath, I believe it was called, and it's the episode where Nora, like, you know, the matriarch of the family, ends up having like a fight with someone who her husband was like cheating on her with. She ends up having a fight with her, from what I remember. There's like a bit of a food fight and it was hilarious. But I remember the episode I think was called The Grapes of Wrath. And that's why I want to read this book, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with it. So that's why I'm saying it's like a very niche, very weird thing to say. And then finally on this line is Dao De Jing, The Book of the Way by Liozzi. No, I have not read that one. I don't even think I've heard of that one either. But you know what? This list is really opening up my eyes to a lot of books that I've never actually heard of. And that's awesome. Okay, next. 3 Men in a Boat by J.K. Jerome. No. Mary Poppins by P.L. Travis. No, but I have seen the movie multiple times. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. How do you think I learned that? And also, I do have the book, but I've not read it yet because I kept wanting to do a vlog reading books that inspired my favourite childhood films. So I have Mary Poppins on that list. I have The Parent Trap on that list. I have Madame Doubtfire on that list as well. And there was like one more, but I can't quite remember. But I have been meaning to read it, but I just didn't get a chance to do that vlog, but I still might do it. I still might end up doing that vlog. So I do own it, just haven't read it yet. The Sound of Fury by W. Faulkner. No, haven't. Catch-22 by J. Heller. No, I haven't. And you know what? I would love it if you would let me know down below which books I should probably prioritize. Maybe ones that you're like, oh my God, I can't believe you haven't read that. Come on. Maybe there's something that I should probably bump up my list. The Odyssey by Homer. I don't think I could, in good conscience, scratch that off. Even though, at uni, we never had to read the entire thing, but we did read and analyse so many massive chunks of it that I feel like I probably could have said that I read it. But you know what? I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good. I don't think I've read the entire thing. I'm pretty sure that when we had to study it, it was just these massive chunks that we ended up reading, but like we didn't do the full thing. So no. Oh, The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, yes. And I did a book club for it a few years ago, and I was the only person in that book club who didn't like it. I gave it like 2 stars. I was like, this is so problematic. Like, this is a really bad book. But like, lots of people do love it, and you know what? That's fine. That's fine, you do you. But I hated The Secret Garden. And I literally, a book club of 4 people, including myself, and I was the only one who was shitting on it. You know what? I'm surprised. I thought there would actually be more children's classics on this list, and there might be some more coming up. But, like, I was surprised, you know, like Alice in Wonderland I thought would be on by now, or Peter Pan. In Search of Lost Time by M. Proust. No, and I don't think I've even heard of that one. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle. No, but Sherlock Holmes Day is coming up on May 22nd, and I was supposed to do a reading vlog reading Sherlock Holmes for the very first time last year, but I ran out of time. But this year, in the year of 2026, I am definitely, mark my words, so they can later scratch it off with a penny, I will definitely be doing and reading Sherlock Holmes for the very first time this year. Next month. I'm going to be doing it next month. I'm so excited. So no, I haven't. The Trial by F. Kafka. No, I haven't. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest by K. Kesey. No, I haven't read that one either. But I have heard of it. I mean, have I only done one book off that entire line? That is actually disgraceful. That is so bad. Wow. Oh, also, let me know in the comments below, how many have you read? And do you beat me? Do you beat me? I would love to know. Pippi Longstocking by A. Lindgren. No. Frankenstein, oh come on, by Mary Shelley. Yes. Of course I have. One of my favourite classics of all time. Might even be one of my favourite books of all time, if I'm being quite honest. Could you imagine if there was a top 100 Gothic classics scratch off poster? Better be Anne Radcliffe on that list. Oh, Never Let Me Go by Ishiguro. Yes, I have actually. I have. I actually read it because it was in the top 100 books of the 21st century. Apparently, according to, was in the New York Times. I did a reading vlog and I did end up reading that for that video. So I can actually scratch it off. I wonder if this is, you know, I have not looked beyond this, by the way. Like, I haven't even, like, this is the first time I'm reading these titles. I haven't looked properly because I want to be surprised. I wonder if there's going to be a Stephen King book on this list. And if not, there is a Stephen King scratch-off poster that I could get. But he keeps releasing new books. So I'm like, well, I kind of don't want to get one until he's either dead or retired. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to waste my time getting a scratch-off poster just for it to be incomplete. The Master and the Margarita by M. Bulgakov. No, I haven't, but I'm pretty sure I've seen that cover. I'm sure it's like a pretty iconic book cover, and I have been interested. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl. I was wondering if that man would appear. Yes, I have, and I used to love, like, Matilda when I was a kid, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as a kid. And I actually reread Charlie and the Chocolate Factory back in 2019 because at the time I was hosting a children's literature readathon called Believe-a-thon. So yeah. War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. I'm most likely reading that this year. Is it in my 26 books to read in 2026? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So I'm definitely reading that this year. Stay tuned for that because I will be doing a spoiler-filled reading vlog for it. And it's going to be interesting. I read Les Miserables over Christmas and New Year. And I want to do the same thing this year. But I might do Count of Monte Cristo for that. And do War and Peace during the year. Maybe during the summer. So I think that'll be fun. The Picture Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. Now that is one of my favourite Gothic classics of all time. And probably one of my favourite books of all time as well. So we have Frankenstein and then Picture Dorian Gray. Oh, amazing. Hopefully the image is good for that one because I genuinely do love it. And I also saw Oscar Wilde's grave when I was in Paris a few years ago. Very nice. It's really coming along, actually. I'm really enjoying this scratch-off poster. Oh, Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. No. But I would like to. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. I already have War and Peace and The Count of Monte Cristo that I want to get to this year. And those two are really, really big. So we'll save Crime and Punishment for next year, potentially. Or did I put that in my 26 books read in 2026 as well? I don't think I did. Oh, Dracula by Bram Stoker. This is a great line. This is a great line. Of course I've read Dracula. The first time I read it, I went to Whitby. And I read it when I was there. And it was great. It was great. Loved doing the vlog for it. And I loved this Gothic classic as well. This, honestly, I think this is my favourite line so far. And then finally, The Red and the Black by Stendhal. No, I have not read that one, unfortunately. Okay, last 4 lines to go. This is probably going longer than I thought. Midnight's Children by S. Rushdie? No. The Call of the Wild by Jack London? No, but I do own it. I actually bought the book not that long ago because it came out in this beautiful puff and cloth bound edition. And I'm really interested in reading it. It's quite short. And yeah, I haven't read it yet, but I will. The Poisonwood Bible by B. Kingsolver? No. And I don't think I've heard of it either. The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. I have heard of that one, but I haven't read it. I know the story of Sylvia Plath though, and one of my friends at uni did her dissertation on Sylvia Plath and was talking a lot about the Bell Jar. So I feel like I know quite a bit about it, but I've never read it. But maybe one day. Fight Club by Palahniuk? No, actually I haven't. I saw the film once when I was a kid, but I can't really remember it. The only thing I remember is the first rule of Fight Club is that you don't talk about Fight Club or something like that. That's all I know. I don't know anything else. And then there went on by Agatha Christie. Oh, of course I have. It's my favourite Agatha Christie book. I freaking love it. I do a series of videos on my channel where I try and solve Agatha Christie books before reaching the end. And it's a really fun time. And I loved And Then There Went On. It was actually the second Agatha Christie book I ever read. The first being Murder on the Orient Express. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. No, but I do have a collection of Jules Verne stories that I would love to read at some point. The Plague by A. Camus. No. And I'm probably pronouncing some of these author names wrong. I'm so sorry. The Prophet by K. Gibran. No. No, I haven't read that one. Don't know anything about it. Perfume, The Story of a Murderer by P. Susskind. I have that one upstairs. I have it. It's on my TBR. I wanted to do a reading vlog a couple of years ago where I read 5 different books for 5 different senses, and Perfume would have been for smell. And obviously I would like fill the other 4 spots like the sight and sound and stuff like that. But Perfume would have filled in for smell. So I'm still holding out on doing that vlog. I think I will do it at some point. Again, it's just one of those things where I'm like, I'm not gravitating towards that vlog just yet. Plus I need to fulfill the other ones. And I do think I have some ideas, but not 100%. Anyway, no, I haven't read it. Okay, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. Yes, I have read that one. I was wondering if that one would pop up, and it has. So now I wonder if Peter Pan is going to pop up. Oh, The Portrait of a Lady by, is it Henry James? Henry James. Is that the same author of The Turn of the Screw? Oh, am I, again, making myself look really dumb right now? Portrait of a Lady, no, I haven't read it. A Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking, no. I don't know. Would I want to read it? I don't think I do. I don't think I even want to touch that one, to be fair. Oh, The Three Musketeers by A. Dumois. Is it Alexander Dumois? I have The Count of Monte Cristo on my TBR this year, which I will get to. And I would love to read The Three Musketeers after it. I really would. But no, I haven't. I've seen different adaptations of it. I've seen Mickey Mouse do a little bit of Musketeers action. I've seen Logan Lerman do Musketeer action as well, but never read the book. Siddhartha by H. Hesse? No, I have not. Oh, The Stand by Stephen King. I have read that one. I was wondering if he would pop up. Yes, I've read it, and I really like The Stand. I much prefer the first part to the second and third part. I think it kind of falls off by the end, but I still gave it like 3.5 stars. Not my favourite Stephen King, but a good one nonetheless. So that's the Stephen King book that they chose for this scratch off poster, which, you know what, I feel like a lot of people would agree The Stand should be on here. What would I think? I mean, I love Pet Sematary and Misery more. I do. But yeah, I would probably say out of those, maybe The Stand does make more sense to be on this list. The Magic Mountain by T. Mann. No, I have not read that one. I love the title though. Title sounds good. Slaughterhouse 5 by K. Vonnegut. No, I have not read that one either. Oh, Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne. No, actually, I've never read Winnie the Pooh. I do have the collection upstairs. I wanted to try and rent some kind of Winnie the Pooh themed treehouse and read it there, but that's a vlog, again, idea that I've had on the back burner in my back pocket for the last 3-4 years. I would love to do it, but no, I'm saving myself for a special vlog for that one. And then finally on this line, A Prayer for Owen Meany by J. Irving. No, I've never heard of that one either. But yeah, that is the 8th line on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's the 8th line, okay. Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. Yes, I literally just did that over Christmas. Oh, and it was a great time. I actually really enjoyed it. Even though it's incredibly long, I just had a great time. I did. I felt intellectual while reading it as well. And I have a vlog dedicated to reading it too. I had a great time. It was, well, I was going to say it's a lot of fun. It's really not. It's not a fun book at all. In fact, it's kind of tragic, but I had fun reading it. It was the most intimidating book I had on my TBR, and I'm so happy and glad that I tackled it. I'm so proud of myself. Robinson Crusoe by D. Defoe. No, haven't read that one. The Last Samurai by H. Dewitt. No, haven't read that one either. Madame Bovary by J. Flaubert. No. And I'm telling you, the writing is tiny. It is so minuscule. Sister Carrie by T. Dracer. No. No, I haven't. Oh God, guys, I've fallen off a cliff. I've fallen off a cliff. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by S. Larison. No, I haven't read that one either. I would like to, though. Never seen the film, but I would like to. I used to work in a bookstore, and it was actually quite popular, even though I'm sure it came out years and years and years ago, right? And I'm talking like late 2010s, early 2020s when I was working there, and it was still like flying off the shelves. The Complete Stories and Poems of Edgar Allan Poe. Okay, what do I do here? Because I've read certain stories. I haven't read all of them. So no, I can't scratch it off. But I've read a few. I've read a few Edgar Allan Poe books, but I haven't read the complete stories and poems. I haven't read everything he's ever written. God damn it. So I can't scratch that one off, even though I think I should. Because I did enjoy some of them. Was like The Telltale Heart and The Black Cat. I remember studying at college. Yeah, there were a few. Anyway, I'll leave that one. I'll leave it, unfortunately. The Secret Life of Bees by S. Monk Kidd. No, I haven't. No. And I do like bees. I like them in a distance. I don't like it when they get in the house and they're buzzing all over the place. I don't like that. But I like them in a distance. Oh, Little Women by Louise May Alcott. Louise May Alcott. Yes, I've read Little Women. He has a little woman, as they say in Hocus Pocus. I enjoyed Little Women. I read it in 2020. So it might be due a reread because everything that I read in 2020 maybe didn't stick as much as they should have because, you know, it was a time. And then last on this line is Atonement by I. McEwen. No, I haven't read that one. Okay, last line. Okay, please, let's come back swinging. I don't even know how many I've read so far now. You guys probably will. I'll have a number on the screen. But I will be very pleasantly surprised by whatever happens at the end here. Charlotte's Web by A.B. White. Yes, I have. And I liked it. It was made into a movie, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure I've seen the movie. And I like the movie. Or am I thinking of Babe? I might be thinking of Babe. It's not the same thing. Next is, The Little Mermaid by Hans Christian Andersen. Yes, I have. Wait. Oh my God. It says H.K. Andersen. But it's H.C. Anderson. I'm pretty sure Christian is spelled with a C, not a K. So that's wrong. Oh my God, I'm demanding my money back. But yes, I have read The Little Mermaid. I did a vlog on it a few years ago. So you can always check that out if you would like to. And also, I just absolutely love the Disney animated film as well. One of my favorite films of all time, just in general. What would I give to live where you are? Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. I haven't, no. I would like to, though. On the Road again. Sing it with me, Shrek. On the Road by J. Kerouac. No. A Clockwork Orange by A. Burgess. No. I feel like that's another one where people are going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe you've never read that one. Don Quixote by M.D. Cervantes. I tried to start it last year. I was on my way home from China. I bought a copy of the book at the airport because I was like, I need something to take with me for this long ass plane. Because I had like 3 planes. It was like a 35-hour journey in total. And I didn't know what to read. So I actually bought Don Quixote and I started it. Didn't get it very far. I didn't. But I would like to get back to it at some point. So no, I haven't read it. Hunger by K. Hampson. No. Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. No. But I do kind of want to go to, is it Prince Edward Island? I think, to read it and the entire series in general. And again, Emmy and Carolyn are doing a book club for it this year. Same with Moby Dick. They are doing Anne of Green Gables this year. So I'm like, I would love to join in on that too. And then Lord Jim by J. Conrad. No. Not gonna lie, I don't think I've heard of it. And then finally, Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell. No, but it was on my, I think, 25 books to read in 2025, and I didn't get to it. So it's still on my TBR. I still want to read it at some point. Yeah, I will definitely do that because I do own it. And it does look pretty good. I've read 24. I haven't even scratched a quarter of this list. Not even a quarter of it. 24 out of 100. I would love to try and get through this list. Honestly, there's quite a lot on here that I would love to read. And there's actually quite a few that I will be reading this year anyway. I imagine that number will come up to maybe 30 by the end of this year. Maybe even 32. 33, let's be spicy. So if you would like to maybe check in with my progress with this list, I would like to do a little check-in every now and then please do follow, subscribe for more, and leave your comments down below as well. Let me know again how many you've read, and if you beat 24, you probably did. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, and I have a channel membership if you'd like to join. Thank you so much to my existing channel members for supporting my channel. I really do appreciate you. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this really random ass video, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.